This is the pleasant Polish town of Cieszyn, as seen from its highest point, Castle Hill. The hill with its lookout and castle remains is a popular place to come for groups and families. And yes, there was a castle on the hill once upon a time, as this model in the museum shows. Very little of the old castle still remains. There's a round chapel dating from the 11th century and a square tower from the 14th century. Just down this road is a bridge over the river Olza, which forms the border between the Czech Republic and Poland, but the town continues on both sides of the border. Down this quiet cobbled street we find a spring, said to be the one discovered in 810 AD by three brothers. They were sons of a prince, and they constructed a settlement around the spring which they called Cieszyn, meaning I'm happy. I enjoy walking around the streets of a town and absorbing the atmosphere. Here in Cieszyn, the streets around the old town centre display an interesting variety of architectural styles. Here the buildings are a mixture of Polish and old Austrian style of architecture. And this building is the Adam Mickiewicz Theatre, and it's named after a famous Polish poet and author. I was particularly interested in visiting the Museum of Printing, which is full of pre-digital age machinery and production techniques. It's fascinating walking around the streets and looking at the decoration and motifs on some of the buildings. Cieszyn has long been an important Protestant centre in Poland, but there has been a longer Catholic presence in the town, as this copy of the 14th century Madonna and Christ child indicates. There are a number of pleasant parks scattered around the town, including this one, the Peace Park, which celebrates the ending of the Bavarian War of Succession in 1779, and some of the statues look like they've come from that period as well. And finally we come to the old town square. It's surrounded by houses from the wealthy merchants of the 15th to the 19th centuries. And there is a town hall with its clock tower dating from the early 19th century. And the square has its fountain, topped by a statue of Saint Florian, the 3rd century saint, who is patron saint of Poland. And every town square seems to have its own flock of pigeons. And as the late afternoon summer sun brings a bright colour to the square, it's time for us to move on. Cieszyn is one of those towns that most tourists just speed past. But those who do stop will find that Cieszyn has much of interest.